Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena for Creativity Week. So we are back once again with our blue-red Indomitable Creativity deck. So this is the control version of this list, and it's very suitable if you want to win more than experience pure joy. Now, if pure joy is what you are looking for, then stay tuned on the channel as well, because I will be doing one last list of creativity with this one, where we actually go for some crazy creature synergies. So we're going to be doing an Elder Dragon themed Indomitable Creativity list as well on the channel this week, either tomorrow or the day after, but stay tuned for that. Hit that little bell icon and you'll get notifications when that video goes live. Also, like and subscribe, helps out the channel a great deal. So without further ado, let's get into the games and I'll see you there. Okay, 3 lands, board wipe and a counter spell. Don't think you can ask for too much better than that, to be honest, in the early game. Just need to have some good draws. We've got an Hour of Devastation later down the line as well. I think, what do we really want to hit on this hand? I mean, it's a mixture of lands, so we don't have to use the Ether Hub, and more counter spells. There's a Gear Hulk. Oh boy. That's a problem. Such for Azcanta. We get a Spell Swindle. Alright, well, I guess we want to hit lands up to this Spell Swindle then. That's really all I want. Blue-white control is going to be a rough first game one, I think. Oh no, it's not blue-white control. It's got Sacred Cats. Blue-white Embalm then. Huh. Might be a little better then. I'm going to let this resolve. I don't care about his life total. I can wipe it later when he's filled up the board a little bit, because I think most Embalm creatures do tend to be a little bit lower to the ground where Sweltering Suns can hit them. And if they're not, Hour of Devastation is just one land drop away. Okay. Such for Azcanta. Does it hit another? It does not hit an Embalm creature, or at least not one worth putting in the graveyard. Interesting. Alright, we'll take the 2. Servo Exhibition. Yep. It actually might be like blue-white tokens then, instead. Right, I am totally going to Sweltering Suns this if I don't draw a land. Yep, alright. Sweltering Suns. Let's wipe this board. He gets to resolve something, but I mean, he might just end up going Sunscourge Champion. And I mean, we can disallow it technically. But I don't really see myself doing that, even if I had the mana. I just want to swindle into enough mana to do Gear Hulk and things like that. Alright, yeah. So he's doing what we expected. Dumps a Champion of Wits into the yard, and we get Spell Swindle mana. Okay, sweet. We're at 18. He's not really pressuring us enough, though we do have to wait for a big creature here. Embalm doesn't really have many, sadly. So this might be another Hour of Devastation when he goes for Champion of Wits, maybe. But yeah, I'd love for him to tap out here for something in his hand. Doesn't go for that. Alright, I'm just going to commit his token away. It's as good as a removal spell. No counter for him. Okay. So now we're in a pretty fantastic position, I would say. We can disallow the Champion of Wits if he goes for that out of his graveyard. Or we can gain 4 treasures, which opens up all of our Gear Hulks and things like that. So now I can Gear Hulk Spell Swindle. And we just have to wait now for an Indomitable Creativity and we should win. So dumps a land. He's at 6 cards now. He just has to get 1 card into his graveyard. Full tap out for that. We're going to disallow this trigger. And we should expect that he scoops pretty soon. Glimmer. Okay, that gives us something to do. Come on. Give me something to swindle. I can disallow anything that hits the graveyard. Huh. Is that swindleable? I guess so. Costs me 1, it gets a Gear Hulk into play. Gets me 3 treasures back. So, Spell Swindle. Yep. On the champion. And we're up to 6 tokens now. And a threat on board ready to go. Ixalan's Binding. Yep, that's fine. There's only 1 in the deck, so he's not shutting a single thing off. All of our draws are still live. Land or creativity. Spell Swindle. I mean, we have an excess of treasures, so I'm just going to main phase the Glimmer to try and hit a land, I think. And we'll just use the treasures as we see fit. I'm going to bottom the Gear Hulk, because we do not want to draw that, really. We've got 1 in hand. There's creativity. Okay, so we win next turn. We just have to counter something, and then do the math on the cards that we need. So, we've got 2 Locust Gods. We have 2 Gear Hulks and an Immortal Sun. So we need to go X5 on creativity. If we can do that for the max amount. This costs us 3 tokens, gets us 4. Or I could just sacrifice 1 token for the disallow. Or I could just let it go because I don't care. I don't care. He might have a counterspell or something like that. I just want him to tap out. So you can put an eternalized creature into his graveyard. The most mana efficient one is, well, Anointed Priest is one of them. And he taps out. Okay. He draws a card for that. That is fine. Land is all I want here. Literally all I want, all I need. Hey, there we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Creativity, X5. And we get all of our permanents, our creatures that are in our deck, onto the field. Let's see what choice he makes as far as milling or drawing is concerned. We get the nice. Thank you, opponent. I mean, he could Fumigate here, but we still get the Locust God back. We've got a Gear Hulk in hand, and we've got the Immortal Sun drawing as extra cards, so we hit for 4 there, and now he lets us draw, which gets us 6 points of damage onto the field. So we get to see both sides of the deck. We don't have lethal, but we have a pretty unbeatable board state, I would say. Get rid of creativity. It's now a dead card. Let's get rid of Sweltering Suns? Yeah, I guess Sweltering Suns. Doesn't really hit anything on board other than the Anointed Priest. Everything comes back as a 4-4 anyway. Binding. Where does Binding go? If it hits Gear Hulk, we're in trouble. Nope. Okay. Not really a problem. And Angel of Sanctions. Wow. Opponent has it all. Well, we are going to be able to... Let's see. If we hit... No, we don't have another commit. So Locust God's out of the picture. But we can kill Angel of Sanctions. Get back our Gear Hulk. Which I think we will do. X4. And we just hold up and counter spells at this point. 11. Sweet. Alright. Get swinging. So blocks the Gear Hulk, takes 6. Dead next turn. 2 cards in hand. I have 2 counters. He can't win. I suppose he could try to do any of those things. Yep, that don't work. We have lethal over the air, so the life gain's not going to matter. Embalms the Angel of Sanctions, which we will disallow. And he scoops it up. Alright. So, we don't really have anything for Graveyard Hate, unfortunately, because most of it is locked into the good old artifacts, which we can't really run. We can run Magma Sprays. They hit Champion of Wits. They don't really hit too much else, though, is the thing. But I suppose we could spray Suns. It's a tough one. It's definitely creature focus, so while we can't stop the Embalm with the Essence Scatter, we can certainly get it on the way back down. Other than that, we saw Ixalan's Bindings, which I'm not really bothered about. As you can see, hit a Torrential Gearhulk, which did nothing. Hit a Locust God, which was annoying, but ultimately did nothing. So I think we just bring in Essence Scatters. What's bad in this deck, actually? Let's find out. Commit to Memory is useful, because the memory actually empties their graveyard out. Go down a Sweltering Suns. Go down Wizard's Retorts? I don't know. Maybe just 2 Essence Scatters and 1 Wizard's Retort. I don't think this is a bad matchup by any stretch. I think we're pretty much like main board covered for this deck. So really I'm just adding sideboard cards in for the sake of it, which is never a good thing. But I guess a cheaper turn 2 Essence Scatter is good when we're on the draw. So we can get that counter earlier. His hand's not amazing, so I'm just going to mulligan that one. His hand's equally not that amazing, but we've got Hour of Devastation. We just need to hit 1 red mana at some point. Disallow, I'll take it. So can we get to this Hour of Devastation in time? That's basically the question. I suspect that my opponent's sideboard options are to enter a counter war with us. So I've got to be aware of that. Drawing another Glimmer is pretty good though. If he doesn't play anything here, we've got counters for the next 2 turns. But yeah, Champion of Wits seems pretty reasonable to be hitting on curve. I don't think you ever want to play an Embalm deck or an Eternalized deck without one. Ooh. Well, we've got our win con. We've got our counterspell. So unless it comes out of the graveyard, which I mean we can still answer with a disallow. Champion of Wits number 2. It's 4 points of damage and some draw. I think I'll counter it while I can. Costs 6 to come back out. This costs 4. I don't care about it. This costs 6. I don't really expect to not have anything up by that time. Okay, now we got Glimmer and counter. And commit as well, if it comes to it. But I'm not really going to commit a Champion of Wits. 4 cards in the graveyard, choosing to keep this one. Must be a good one. Sure. I'm just going to Glimmer for a red source that I don't have to pay energy for. Ugh. It'd be so good. Actually, I probably have to take that because I have the creativity in hand and just hope to hit a red source. Hey! Never, ever get punished. We still need 1 red for the creativity, but I'm sure we can get that. And if he uses anything really huge, then I mean we just like we get the treasure for the red mana anyway. Puts a Sacred Cat in the graveyard. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, just hold off. Wait for him to commit a little bit more to the board and then we'll wipe it. If he doesn't, we just Harness Lightning, which makes sure that this Ether Hub does some amazing stuff for us. So, Sacred Cat. Oh, no. Looks like Anoint a Priest. Another Vizier. That is getting swindled. That's what we want. I think that's about the best we can expect, really. I mean, there's an Angel of Sanctions, but... It's most likely going to use the one out of his graveyard before he casts one. Another creativity. So we got 1, 2, 3. We could do it for 3, but we leave everything tapped out. So we get punished by a board wipe. We're not even sure what we get off of it when it's this low. I think we just pass. We'll plan on hitting something here. If he drops into the yard, he gets to flip his Azcanta. Chooses not to, so it must be an important card. Yeah, it looks like he was going for the champion. Oh no. Priest into Sacred Cat, I guess. I'll let this go. I'm just going to Hour of Devastation this board. If he does go cat to gain some life, it's fine. Yeah, I'll take 4. Land, please. Red source, preferably. Yeah. Hey, well, that's a red source. So let's Hour of Devastation. Red. I'm going to use the energy over a treasure. And wipe this away. We can harness lightning with a treasure. Negates. Well, that's annoying. Well, disallow. At least we know there's a negate coming up. Shame we have to use our treasures there, but figure we can get more later. We're just at 8 though, it's the thing. We have to worry about our life total. And if he taps out for like a champion, I commit it, and he gets his card draw, but he loses his creature, which is all that we really care about. With our life being that low. Anointed Procession. Sure. That's pretty good. That could do some serious work. Spire Bluff. How annoying. Okay, I'm going to Creativity X2, see what we can get. Because I think we're running out of time here. Red. 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 1, 2. He has... I suppose he has the Angel of Sanctions, actually, so that was a bad play. Well... Either lets us draw 3 cards and we get some Locust tokens, or he takes the damage here. I guess he takes the damage. It only takes 3. Wow. Just a Wizard's Retort and 2 lands. Yeah, this is getting crazy. Okay. So we lose our dudes. We take 2. We harness lightning one of the angels away. Probably the Locust token option. We could do it in response to an attack so we can block the other angel. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. No Azcanta trigger for you. We do have commit as a counter to make sure this plan goes to plan. Alright, so harness lightning on the Locust God. Commit open ready to counter if he has one. Pay 4. So now we block the 3/4. Which gets us our Gear Hulk back. Which puts us in exactly the same spot we were in just a turn ago. Do we draw, or do you take the damage? You got lucky a lot of times, actually, with his things, but let's us draw this time. He would have taken 6. He would have taken 6. Which is not amazing, but we've just got ourselves a Torrential Gearhulk now, which gets us a Spell Swindle to enable the other creativity and fill out our board. I'm not gonna tap out for a commit on a token here, I don't think. Although now I'm gonna bounce this, so he only gets one of them. Because I don't want him back looking for answers. Okay. It's a shame Torrential Gearhulk isn't in our deck, because if we hit it with Gearhulk, then we could hit Memory plus Immortal Sun, turn all of these into bad boys. Alas, we're going to have to just do something crazy anyway, so let's see about this. I mean, we could just hit... We've got God, Gearhulk, Gearhulk. So 2 Gearhulks. 2 Gearhulks, a Locust God, and an Immortal Sun. So, I mean, we just hit our tokens. See what we can do there. This might be incorrect, because we are dropping Torrential Gearhulk as an option. But I feel as though we're just in such a position right now where that shouldn't matter, right? So do you take the damage, or do you let us draw? Takes the damage. Took 2. Oh my god. And then 7. Right. How do we go about attacking or not attacking? 5 blockers, 5 attackers, sorry, for 4 blockers. We block Champion of Wits with a 7/7 first striker. First striker. We're just going to take very little. Possibility... I suppose he's got Angel of Sanctions, so he can take 1 out. Yeah, let's just not attack. No need. We can then Gearhulk and kill an Angel. Double Procession. Okay, has he just killed himself? Might have done. Okay, so we draw extra cards, we make extra 2/2s. We've now got Torrential Gearhulk ready to disallow the Angel. We could Hour of Devastation his board away, and that just wins the game, right? Yep. So, because there's 21 damage here, he can't kill us. He can't as Canter. So we just win through our Gearhulks. 21 damage with cost reduction that I forgot about. Give our opponent a good game. He seemed to enjoy our deck a little bit. I enjoy my opponent's deck. It's not the most powerful thing. It's very casual, I would say. But, you know, it put up a real good fight. Sweet. Alright, well, that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this particular episode. If you did, then be sure to like and subscribe. It's a great way to support the channel. Share the video around as well. It helps out so much. If you did enjoy this and you know somebody who might like it, send it their way, because it's the best way to grow the channel. So, without further ado, thank you very much for watching regardless, guys. And I'll see you all next time for another episode with our indomitable creativity.